Welcome back to Turbo Tribe, the home of speed, style, and next-gen automotive excellence. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most searched SUVs of the era. Yes, it's the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, redesigned, refined, and packed with features that bridge performance with luxury. The CX-5 continues to evolve into something more premium than ever. We took this bold crossover for an extensive spin, checked out every angle, and have the full review just for you. So let's get right into it. Exterior. As you approach the 2026 Mazda CX-5, you'll notice that it doesn't scream for attention, but it definitely turns heads. Mazda continues its Kodo design philosophy, but this time it's sharper, more assertive, and more mature. The front fascia has been completely refreshed. A larger, frameless gloss black grille sits confidently at the center, new flanked by ultra-slim adaptive LED headlights that seamlessly blend into the hood line. The bumper sculpting is more angular, with satin finish accents that give it a semi-premium sport look. Mazda has eliminated much of the previous chrome and replaced it with high-gloss black trim, giving the vehicle a stealthier, more performance-driven aesthetic. The redesigned hood features subtle contours, and while they're not overly aggressive, they definitely add muscular tension to the front. Walking along the side profile, the elegance really stands out. The 2026 CX-5 has a slightly longer wheelbase and a marginally lower roofline than its predecessor, which gives it a sportier stance without compromising practicality. New wheel designs range from 18-inch standard alloys to optional 20-inch multi-spoke black finish trims, which look especially sharp on the new carbon turbo trim. The door handles now sit flush, and the side mirrors are body-colored with integrated turn signals, mounted lower on the doors for improved visibility. A soft character line runs from the front fender to the rear taillights, giving the body a dynamic sense of motion even when it's standing still. Mazda has kept the wheel arches minimalistic, trimming back the plastic cladding to emphasize a cleaner, more urban-friendly appearance. In select trims, like the signature, satin chrome accent strips are delicately applied along the window lines to elevate that upscale feel. At the back, the transformation is just as noticeable. The rear LED light signature now features a circular 3D effect that gives off a futuristic vibe. The taillights are slimmer and more aggressive, linked by a gloss black panel with the Mazda badge cleanly centered. The rear spoiler is subtly sculpted for aerodynamics, and dual exhaust outlets are integrated more seamlessly into the bumper, rather than just hanging below. The power liftgate opens faster and quieter, and Mazda's engineers clearly put in effort to reduce seams and unnecessary breaks in the bodywork. The rear windshield is slightly smaller but positioned in a way that doesn't compromise rear visibility. And just like the front, the rear bumper receives contrasting lower body accents depending on trim level, either gloss black, silver, or carbon-textured inserts. Overall, the back end completes a 360-degree story of refinement and athleticism. Interior. Sliding into the cabin, the first thing that hits you is how far Mazda has taken the premium approach in a non-luxury badge. You'll feel like you're inside a crossover costing significantly more than its actual price. The 2026 CX-5 interior uses higher-grade materials across the board: the soft-touch dash pads, stitched leatherette panels, and even real wood and aluminum accents on top trims. The dashboard is cleaner now, with a more horizontal layout that enhances the sense of width. The infotainment screen has been upgraded to a 12.3-inch floating display, now touch-sensitive only when the vehicle is stationary, but controlled by a rotary dial while driving. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard across all trims, as does a wireless charging pad tucked just below the center stack. Mazda's HMI control layout is intuitive and safer for use on the go. The seats have been resculpted for better bolstering and long trip comfort. In the signature trim, you're treated to ventilated Napa leather seats with contrast piping, memory settings, and even a subtle massaging function for the driver. Rear passengers aren't left out either. There's now more legroom thanks to the wheelbase stretch, and seatbacks recline slightly more than before. Climate vents and USB-C ports are standard in the rear cabin. Mazda also upgraded cabin noise isolation using new sound-deadening materials and laminated glass for the front and rear windows. The result, a genuinely quiet, upscale feel even at highway speeds. A 10-speaker Bose audio system adds sonic luxury to the driving experience. Performance sec now under the hood. The CX-5 continues with some familiar engines but makes critical refinements for 2026. The base model uses a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder producing 191 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an updated 8-speed automatic transmission that replaces the older 6-speed for smoother, quicker shifts and better fuel economy. But for enthusiasts and buyers seeking more power, the turbo models are where the magic happens. The 2.5-liter turbocharged variant returns, now with a minor power bump to 260 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque when using premium fuel. It delivers strong low-end torque and a responsive mid-range that makes passing effortless. All-wheel drive is now standard across the lineup, and Mazda's iActive AWD system has been tweaked for quicker response and better torque distribution in slippery conditions. The suspension has been retuned with new dampers and bushings, resulting in a more balanced ride, firm but comfortable, with improved body control and corners. The steering remains a highlight of precise, linear, and communicative, something very few crossovers in this class can boast about. Fuel economy has improved slightly. The base engine returns up to 28 miles per gallon combined, while the turbo trims hover around 25 miles per gallon combined. It is still respectable for a sporty AWD SUV. There's also speculation about a mild hybrid variant joining the lineup later in 2026. Though it hasn't been confirmed by Mazda officially. Braking performance is solid, with larger ventilated discs and a newly calibrated brake-by-wire system that feels surprisingly natural underfoot. Now let's talk pricing. Mazda continues to position the CX-5 as a premium alternative to mainstream rivals like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4. The base S-Select trim starts at around $29,000. The preferred and premium trims go up to the mid-$30,000s, while the Turbo Premium and Carbon Edition cross the $38,000 mark. The top-tier signature trim, with all the bells and whistles, will set you back just over $42,000. While that may sound steep for a non-luxury badge, the value it delivers in materials, performance, and refinement arguably rivals entry-level luxury SUVs like the BMW X1 or Audi Q3, and Mazda's warranty remains competitive with a 3-year/36,000 mile basic and 5-year/60,000 mile powertrain coverage. So what's the final verdict? The 2026 Mazda CX-5 doesn't just stick to the script, it refines it. It proves that you don't need a luxury badge to enjoy a luxury experience. With its handsome new styling, upscale interior, better tech, strong turbo performance, and improved efficiency, the CX-5 is no longer just the enthusiast's choice, it's becoming the smart buyer's choice too. Whether you're looking for a commuter SUV with personality, a family hauler with comfort, or just something fun to drive without breaking the bank, this crossover checks nearly every box. That wraps up our full review of the 2026 Mazda CX-5. If you enjoyed the deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more weekly car reviews, and drop a comment telling us which trim you'd pick or if you'd rather wait for that rumored hybrid. This is Turbo Tribe, where horsepower meets heart. See you in the next one.